Stirring the coffee with chopsticks using the vortex method, the only true way to optimize the taste of your coffee at the molecular level. Good morning. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. I am the Sultan. We'll get started. But first, coffee. Nice.
Nice.
Well, let's get started here. Good morning. How are you? Hey, 7 years now. As of today, 7 years on YouTube. 7 years. So if you've been with me for, I'll tell you how long. I'll tell you how you know if you've been with me all along. If you were with me when I was doing exclusively beard content, that's how you know you've been with me for 7 years. Pretty excited about that. Proverbs 8:6 says, "A fool's lips walk into a fight and his mouth invites a beating." Proverbs 18 rocks. If you haven't read Proverbs 18, just check it out. Check it out. It reminds me of the Manosphere. His mouth invites a beating. I remember one time somebody said about somebody in the Manosphere, it sounds like they've never seen the inside of a courtroom or been punched in the face. When you see with your eyes, it's called sight. When you see with your mind, it's called vision. That's what a good leader has and helps people with. Vision. Vision. And if people don't have a vision, the goal of a leader is to help people see what you see. Create that vision. Communicate that vision. That's what a good leader does. Apart from just doing his own thing, he imparts vision to people. He helps people see beyond today, see things that don't exist. You know, like I talked about, a farmer can look at an empty field and in his mind sees crops growing. And if it wasn't for that and trusting the process of his work, planting, plowing, taking care of the soil, fertilizing and such, if it wasn't for vision, we would never have any crops. If it wasn't for vision, nobody would plow. If it wasn't for vision, nobody would plant. Vision is important. That is why you heard me say about a year ago, we started talking about having a clear, detailed vision of your future. If you don't have a clear, detailed vision of your future, if it's blurry, that's what your life is going to be like. Blurry, wandering, no direction. Every day, your clear, detailed vision gives you marching orders of what you need to do. Remember when the adjustable mattress commercials used to say husband and wife? Now they say sleep partner. You see what they did there? You can have one number and your sleep partner can have another. It's interesting if you do some research, and I'm sure they're on YouTube somewhere, where you can look at old, and I'm trying to think, it might be 20 years ago. It might be 20 years ago when they made that change. Why do you think they made that change? Put your answer down below. Why did they stop saying husband and wife and start saying sleep partner? Remember, I used to have a blog that specialized in media and culture back in the early 2000s. I was consistently in Pennsylvania one of the top conservative, quote unquote conservative, some people would not consider me conservative, one of the top bloggers in Pennsylvania. Me and a few other people would be at number one, but I was always in the top 10, sometimes at number one, for a very, very popular website. My favorite tweet of all time happened in, I think it was 2017 or 2018. Social media got 50-year-old women saying they're single because they haven't met the right guy. You're gonna meet him soon. His name is Jesus. It's got to be one of the funniest tweets I've ever heard in my life. And every now and then I have to post that. How about this? The three sacred cows of the modern woman are hair color every 6 weeks, getting your nails done, and Botox. With autoimmune conditions on the rise, endocrine and hormonal disruption, hormonal birth control, mood disorders, are women poisoning themselves? You color your hair every 6 weeks. You know your skin absorbs everything you put on it. Everything. Everything. Everything gets in your system. So when you getting your hair colored every 6 weeks, and I guess even the guys can listen to this, nail polish, you get your nails done. Nail polish is poisonous. Also, the stuff that they remove your last nail job with, the acetone or whatever that chemical is, that's also poisonous, gets absorbed. And of course, Botox. Botulinum. Is it no wonder that there are autoimmune conditions on the rise and all kinds of hormonal disruption? It's no surprise, is it? I wear X brand t-shirts because they minimize my belly and make my arms look bigger. You're seeing a lot of these things. If any of you guys are into t-shirts, like the new t-shirt, the new $20 to $50 t-shirt that's out there. All these t-shirts saying, you look better wearing our t-shirts, these companies. And I'll do a review of several different t-shirt companies. My response to all that is, how about losing your belly and doing some pull-ups? You won't have to minimize your belly. You don't need clothes to minimize your belly or make your arms look bigger. How about just minimizing your belly and making your arms bigger? That would be a good start. It's pretty funny. Tristan Pinnock, again, one of my favorite tweets of all time, probably in the top 10. He put this out probably in 2017. That was a great, 2017, 2018, great years for tweets. I've had the theory that, as a whole, men and women just like each other a lot less these days. I think that's built on the crazy overselling of the genders to one another. Men want porn stars who make sandwiches. Women want, well, you know, a man who is everything at all times. I thought that was funny. But the key phrase in there is porn stars who make sandwiches. First thing I thought of was that'd be a great name for a post-punk rock band. Porn stars who make sandwiches. Regarding your own happiness and contentment, you need to generate your own happiness. If you wake up every day and expect other people to make you happy, you are in for a very, very serious disappointment. Never outsource your happiness or contentment to other people. If you don't make a decision to generate your own contentment and happiness, you're going to be on a roller coaster, man. You're just going to be up one day, down the next day, or up and down several times during a day, a single day. You have to be in charge of that stuff, no matter what comes in. And that just comes from making a commitment that I am going to be in charge. I am in charge. I'm not allowing circumstances to determine if I have a good day or a bad day. I'm noticing at least 3 to 4 times more chemtrails in the sky than I ever have. I am of the personal belief that the government, the empire of lies, is poisoning our water and our air. Did you notice the things that can make us do weird shit has been happening like a lot in the past 5 years? Like if you fuck around with fuel, food, water, air, medicine, you can really, really control people. There was one author that said we are nine meals away from anarchy. In other words, after 3 days of no food or 3 days of having trouble getting food, there's going to be anarchy. And I think the government is encouraging that. That's what I think. And I think they're waiting to put people down who stand up. Most people won't fight. Most people won't resist. Most people just go along. The past few years showed us that with various injections and boosters and all this bullshit. And for those that didn't go down that road, congratulations. You came out the other end. You did. You are going to be trustworthy. You are not a sheep. Say what you want. I don't give a blank at all. I've been proven right over and fucking over now for 7 years. 7 years. Every dollar you'll ever make, you will make because of people. So, step one, learn to be good with people. Are you broke? Do you need money? Are you complaining that you can't make it? That it's hard? Step one, learn to be good with people. One of the reasons why you are in a bitchy mood, one of the reasons why you struggle is because you suck with people. Take acting lessons. Learn to be good with people. Act like you're good with people. And then maybe it'll work its way inside. But people are the reason you will make money. If you keep pushing people away, you will always struggle. Always struggle. How do you push people away? By saying stupid shit, doing stupid shit, by not being nice. There's this whole thing, well, you got to be edgy and polarize. Bullshit. I won't give you the time of day or 1 penny if you're an a-hole. Learn to be good with people. That's going to be the key to your success in life. There is a company now. What is the name of the company? The Classic T-Shirt Company. That's interesting. They have T-shirts that cost a short sleeve, men's short sleeve crew neck T-shirt, $58. Would you spend $58 on a T-shirt? And with shipping, of course, it's probably it'll be $65. Would you spend $65 on a T-shirt? Just wondering. I wouldn't. If they sent one to me, that might be a different story, but I don't care how much money I have. If I had $500 million in the bank, I wouldn't still spend $65 on a T-shirt. Sorry. That ain't going to be happening. I saw a thread on Twitter, and passport bros and all you guys going overseas to find a woman, the grass ain't greener on the other side. There's a post, how to milk an American sexpat, not expat, a sexpat, for all he's worth. And it's pretty disgusting. If you're a woman living in a country like Thailand, Poland, Mexico, or Brazil, chances are thousands to hundreds of thousands of Western, probably American or Australian men flood your country every year to look for better women than what they can find in America. I'm not a big fan of this bitch. Sorry. This is just absolute usury. This is the female version of the pickup artists, of male pickup artists. These men believe that American women are difficult, abrasive, and entitled. They want nice foreign women who will easily submit and do the chores. That's where you come in. This man is your ticket to the West, high wages, social mobility, and a viable future for your children. Guys, it's not greener on the other side. Going to fucking Thailand and finding a woman who's not like an American woman is a huge fucking mistake. Oh, you got to go with the women who are in Eastern Europe. They're so much better than American women. Listen to me. Women are women. Period. I don't give a shit what country they're from. Women are women. There's certain things, like dogs and I'm not comparing women to dogs, but dogs everywhere across the world all bark. They all bark. It's part of their nature. Dogs bark. Fish swim. Birds fly. Cats meow. The nature of women is the same in Thailand, Poland, Ukraine, America. It doesn't matter. Brazil. Oh, you got to go here to find good women. Dude. There are good women anywhere, but you have to vet. You think just by changing your location on a map that you're going to find a higher value woman, a quality woman? Are you freaking kidding me? What these men don't realize is the reason why they can't get women in America is not because of the women, it's because they have low social intelligence. Women in the USA live in a safe country, make their own money, and want to find real love instead of just money and stability. Now, that's bullshit. Unfortunately, you do need his money and stability for now. But when you marry him and get your green card, the world is yours. Once you've successfully made it to the West, you can easily find personal success or another one of the million desperate guys. In order to find him, obviously hang out in the tourist areas. Think Instagram tourism, anything that will look good in pictures. Take American Express cards and has good reviews. Museums, natural attractions, beaches, and fancy hotels. If you're anywhere south of the border, hang out looking for American Western guys around Mexican restaurants. It doesn't matter if you're in Brazil or Argentina, these suckers will still be looking for Mexican food. If he tries to speak your language, just go along with it and try to teach him. If he doesn't even bother, try to keep up with him and tell him how much you love America and how much America has done to protect you and your country. Manipulative. Definitely putting effort to your looks. However, don't dress too provocatively because he will probably be on guard against hookers. This is a highly frowned upon career in the Anglosphere. Once you start talking to him, you pretty much got it in the bag. These kinds of men who leave for sex tourism to find a foreign wife are the kinds of men who never felt the love of a woman in their lives, so it will not take much to impress him. Women are onto you, passport bros. Dumbasses. Literally, tell him you love him, be nice, and clean his stuff. No one's ever done this for him, except his mom when he was 7. Putting out once a week is enough. There's no chance he's used to anything more, and he will literally be overjoyed by this. Before you invest in him, you need to make sure he actually has money. The best way to do this is to bring up healthcare. The truth is, American healthcare is the best in the world if you have money. If he starts crying about how America needs socialized healthcare, you know he's broke. After you vetted him and made him completely head over heels for you, get him to marry you and bring you to America. When you get there, insist on meeting his single male friends and family. Tell him you enjoy their company and set them up with your sisters, cousins, and friends. For the first 6 months of your marriage, let everything happen perfectly. Get a job, a driver's license, make friends, to be a perfect wife at home, and get as much money and gifts as possible. Put all of your paychecks and money he gives you into a personal savings account. After about 6 months, file for divorce. Say he was abusing you and calling you racial and or ethnic slurs. He won't be smart enough to win the case, and the courts go crazy for that kind of stuff. Hopefully you'll get a nice chunk of money out of the divorce, and maybe even alimony. After you're free of him, you have 2 choices. Bimbo max and do this whole thing again with a different guy, or just focus all your energy on girl bossing it up and make a career for yourself in the best country on earth. If you're an American sexpat desperate for advice, DM me. You need it. Women are on to you, passport bros. Imagine that. Lots of mid-20s American women doing solo travel here in Paris on Valentine's Day. Was talking to one girl from Maryland, and she said she booked the trip after a bad breakup. Yeah, Stella's getting her groove back. Next stop, the foam cannon party. Most of my 20s and 30s can be described as one thing led to another. Fish in a barrel, no game necessary. It ain't that hard, fellas, if that's what you want. I am a firm believer that long weekends are better than a vacation for a week or 2 weeks. I love leaving on a Thursday night, coming back on a Monday night. Long 4-day weekends are beautiful rather than 2 weeks somewhere. Like literally by day 3 on any vacation, I just kind of get bored and I'm like, all right, next. Long weekends rock. You could take a vacation like every 2 months if you do long weekends instead of like that once a year vacation kind of thing, or twice a year long vacation that you're going to get sick of after 3 days. Here's one woman on Twitter. She says, I guarantee your husband would rather have a beach than an $8 Hallmark card for Valentine's Day. My response is, no lies are detected here. So true. Men are simple. Just a good beach and we're good. Well, in other news, it's okay to love your country but hate your government. That's perfectly okay. I used to struggle with that because I can't stand our government. Can't stand it. They fucking hate us. Your government hates you. There's not a single politician. Yeah, but what about Rand Paul? Fuck Rand Paul. If he had balls, he'd be speaking up about this stuff and speaking all over the country. Yeah, but what about? Shut up with your but what about. They're all in on it. Your government fucking hates you. Period. Love your country, hate your government. To go to the next level in life, it's not about what you can do, more grinding, staying up later, working longer hours. It's not the what, but it's the who. Who do you need to hire? Who do you need to consult with? Who do you need coaching from? Who can you collaborate with? I saw this one interview, a woman talking about going from 1 million a year to 10 million a year. It's not about working more. Think about it. 10 million is 10 times more than 1 million a year. Does that mean you need to work 10 times harder? No. You need to stop, think, put systems in place to go from 1 million a year to 10 million is about who you collaborate with, not about working longer hours. Let's just say if you want to go from 100,000 to a million, same exact thing. It's not about working 10 times harder. It's about your systems, it's about your habits, and it's about who is in your life. Who are you collaborating with? Who are you coaching with? You can't work hard enough to make that kind of money. It's about relationships at that point. The Manosphere, in Manosphere news today, I have come to the conclusion that the Manosphere is divisive. It's negative, it's toxic. The Manosphere is more toxic than a train wreck in Ohio. The men's development community unites and encourages. So choose wisely, gentlemen. Choose wisely. Anyone else here ever work as a bouncer in a gentleman's club? I did it one time. We have stories, but they're not as weird as anyone thinks. The biggest thing was to keep your lips sealed when married men you knew would bring in their side chicks. You just gave a little nod and the dude would float you a $50 bill and everything was good. Anyone else ever work as a doorman or a bouncer before? You got stories, I know you do. The Dollar Shave Club, brilliant concept. Then you see the commercial for 1-800-RAZORS. Some say he's copying the other guy. I'm like, okay, whatever. The free market allows for both. I can hear someone saying, yeah, but that idea is already taken. Well, think about it. You don't have to be Coke, Coca-Cola. It's okay to be Pepsi. Coke is number one. But believe me, Pepsi keeps Coke on its toes and sleeping with one eye open. I guarantee that. So when you hear me talking about free market principles and the private sector, this is one of the great lessons for you. Never be intimidated by someone's success and say, well, someone else is doing it already. Do it better. Do it more efficiently. Do it more effectively. Put your spin on it. Your DNA and the way that you think makes your ideas unique and different. Will the world make you the next Coke? No. It might make you the next Pepsi, and that's okay. As I said before, control the water, food, air, shelter, medicine, fuel, and you'll have people wrapped around your finger. Reason number 5,642 that you must be self-sufficient. The first question you ask when you're invited on a podcast or a show is this, should be, will anyone else be on with me? Experience has taught me that. There's times where I was asked to be on a podcast and I didn't know it was going to be a panel discussion, and then all of a sudden I am sitting across the table or on a Zoom call with someone who I'm not a big fan of, and it ends up being a debate or something where there's going to be arguing or opposing opinions. And some podcasters just want to put you on the spot to break your balls. Be aware of that. Don't say yes to every single invitation. Wisdom has taught me that, wisdom and experience. Intensity is the key in working out, not time in the gym. For the month of February, I am doing 1 set to failure with all my exercises. I am in and out of the gym, completely in, completely out in less than an hour. And I'm doing that twice a week. I might be doing it 3 times a week, I'm not sure. Now, I go in and what I'm doing is I'm not doing the 3 sets of 10, 5 sets of 10 kind of thing with all the exercises. What I'm doing is 1 set to exhaustion. So I can't do not even 1 more rep, not even 1 more rep. If I try 1 more rep, I'll end up injuring myself or crushing myself underneath some heavy weight. 1 set, slow, focused, 3 count up, 3 count back, keep the muscles under tension, and you will be limping out of the gym. Yesterday I had a workout. Complete full body workout. I've been doing this for the month of February. So here I am 2 weeks into it. I'm going to finish a month of 1 set to failure, 2 to 3 times a week. And yesterday I couldn't even hold a glass of water. My arms were quivering so much, which basically meant that let me give you an example. When I'm doing curls, the bar doesn't go all the way down. The bar is, my arms are bent a little bit. And I'm doing a 3 count. 1, 2, 3. But I'm not resting up here. I'm stopping at about here. So there's always tension. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. If you do 1 set to failure on all of your exercises, the results are going to be amazing. Amazing. You will never, ever, you've never experienced anything like this. You think that a pump comes from many repetitions. It comes from time under tension. Yesterday, I had the most amazing pump. It was unbelievable. And I am completely natural. I'm not a steroid or TRT guy or anything like that. I'm in okay shape for a guy my age. But I've been getting some serious results and muscle growth as a result of this 1 set to failure. It's a whole new way of working out and I'm digging it. It's been a game changer for me. And finally, I'll leave you with this. Watch the water and just tuck that little phrase in the back of your head. Every prepper knows this to be true. If you want to fuck with people, fuck with the water. You want to control people, control the water. Watch the water. And with that, finish your coffee. And I'll see you next time on the Daybreak Show, your home of sanity, clarity, and reason.